name is Clifton Fadiman, and the sound you hear is the sound of the atmosphere. And the sound of wind, the sound of thunder, the sound of rain. Universal sounds, sounds that are heard around the world, sounds that are the voices of eternity. But when you leave the heavens and approach the earth, you will hear the sounds of the living, the sound of the countryside, and the sound of a city. On any city block at any time of day or night, there's a world of sound, a special world for people who are willing to listen, for people who are willing to hear. New York is a city of sound, and that sound is the voice of a city, the voice of New York.
CBS Radio, a division of the Columbia Broadcasting System, and its 217 affiliated stations, presents the CBS Radio Workshop, dedicated to man's imagination, the theater of the mind. Tonight, a documentary in sound, as recorded by Tony Schwartz, a young man who walks the streets of a city as familiarly as a farmer walks his fields. He is a man who listens, and what he listens to, he records. Tony Schwartz and his portable tape recorder have recorded the voice of New York.
If you were to visit New York and stand atop a skyscraper, you could see the entire island of Manhattan, and this is what you'd hear.
So, folks, you're on the roof of the RCA building. You were 70 stories, 850 feet from the street, and you're looking toward the south. Directly in front of you is the tallest building in the world. It's the Empire State Building. It's 102 stories high, 1,250 feet. The high buildings way down back of the Empire State. At the end of the city is Wall Street, the financial district. Now look directly left to the river. And notice that square box-like structure with all the windows? That is the permanent quarters of the United Nations on the East River. There are 6 acres of glass in that building. Now come with me, folks, please, to the north side. This way.
That's what you'd hear high above the city. A description, nothing more. It might even be what you'd write home about. But would you know New York? Would you hear its voice? The sound of the streets.
Sunday papers, I'm serving American newspaper. Sunday papers, all right.
Cents and 2.15. 10 cents and 2.15. Shine your shoes, brush your coat. Make you look like a New York sport. How about shine now? Get your shine right now.
The subway rises from the tunnel and stops at 135th Street. The bus terminal at 41st Street. That's the city at ear level. The sound we, all of us, hear. But there are other voices. Voices we have to listen for. Listen as Tony Schwartz and his recorder listen. New York, the voice of New York.
You have been listening to The Voice of New York, as recorded by Tony Schwartz and narrated by Clifton Fadiman, editor of the new American anthology Treasury. The narration was written by Norman Catcock. This is Warren Sweeney inviting you to listen to the CBS Radio Workshop next Friday, when we will present Report on the Unknown, a study of clairvoyancy, extrasensory perception, and telepathy. A dramatic account of actual cases and current research in the mysteries of supernormal communications. The CBS Radio Workshop was produced and directed by Paul Roberts.
Over most of these same stations on Sunday, the distinguished British pianist Dame Myra Hess will be heard as soloist as the New York Philharmonic Symphony, under Bruno Walter's direction, opens a 2-week Mozart Festival in observance of the bicentennial of the composer's birth. Hear Dame Myra Hess with the New York Philharmonic Symphony this Sunday. Stay tuned for 5 minutes of CBS News, to be followed on most of these stations by The Jack Carson Show. America listens most to the CBS Radio Network.